Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Natural Hair Weekly podcast. I am Candice Jenkins, lifestyle and Caribbean editor, and today I have with me via Skype, Zena, the Tiny Terror, our CEO. I'm currently in Canada with my family for vacation, so it's the first time that we're not doing the podcast face to face. So please forgive us if you hear any quirks and stuff. We're just working through it.
We're just trying to feel the
We have
energy.
we're trying to feel the energy from afar. We vibe in. So we have a good, an interesting week ahead planned for us, and we have a story. If you have subscribed to our newsletter, the top three stories from this week. Zena,
Yeah, so
you
we've
want to
got,
share them?
yeah, sure. So this week we have Dallas number one stylist for natural curly hair is a white guy in the district, in the design district. Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Charles at Scene Salon is a master at taming natural I can't speak, natural textures, and that's in D Magazine. We have another article from Ebony Magazine. Berkeley professor aims to eliminate natural hair bands in school. And the other article that stood out for us this week is money flowing into the natural hair industry is a blessing and curse for those who built it up, which is in the Los Angeles Times. So just kind of digging a bit deeper into these
Very
stories.
interesting.
Yeah, so the first one was really just, it always stands out when you read about somebody who is not black, who's doing natural curly hair. So you're just like, oh, who's this person? So just really kind of
Yes.
speaks to the fact that, if people are going to get trained in doing hair, it's great that there are people that are out there getting trained to do all types of hair. That was really kind of the main reason it jumped out.
I mean, and why not? Why not be trained to do any type of hair?
Well, definitely, that's what we're shooting for. I want to be able
If
to
you're a
travel.
hairstylist, exactly. If you're a hairstylist, you should be the best hairstylist there is. You should be able to do any type of hair that walks into your salon and sits in your chair.
For real.
So good for him.
Definitely. So big up to Glenn Charles. It shouldn't be a big up in this day and age, but unfortunately it is because there are far and few salons where you can go and people know how to deal with natural, curly, coily, kinky
Yes.
hair. So that story stood out. So read about that in the Natural Hair Weekly. The other story that stood out was the money flowing into the natural hair industry is a blessing and a curse for those who built it up in the Los Angeles Times article by Makeda Easter. And that really talks about, we all know that there's a big, massive natural hair movement that's going on right now. And there are the innovators like Miss Jessie and other brands like Sheer Moisture who started out, Jane Carter Solution, Carol's Daughter, Kinky Curly, a lot of these brands, and also a lot of the early day bloggers like Naturality, can't even say it, Naturally Curly, all these online forums that started out in the early days, and now the hair care industry is starting to click and catch on, and that is a trend. And some of the mainstream brands are bringing out their lines of their own. So I guess some of the concern is based on this industry being created, a lot of these companies don't necessarily have the support of massive infrastructures to capitalize on the market as it grows.
Yeah.
And so
those are the big boys you're talking about. When you say the larger markets, we're talking about
L'Oreal.
I mean, we're not just and Pantene and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the big boys.
That's right. And so now the market's been created, it's an opportunity for bigger brands to swoop in and maximize on that. And so I guess it's a question. A lot of it is around people really need to build up their business skills and business capabilities and start leveraging the opportunity that social media and viral marketing provide. But behind that, also, there needs to be really strong kind of distribution systems that are set up to enable people to get their products to market into lots of different growing markets as they grow.
So, to get access to the product too, yeah.
There you go. So it's a really interesting article. I think it's worth a read for anybody who is an entrepreneur in the natural hair industry, because I think it's great that this trend has been created, but it's also a fantastic opportunity for people to create a business from that marketplace.
Yeah.
So yeah, we at Natural Hair Weekly really support entrepreneurs in this space. And so if you
Oh, absolutely.
ever want business
You know, and
advice or
I think too, a lot of people, maybe some of the businesses, the smaller, the moms and pop shops, so to speak,
yeah,
probably should try to strengthen their relationship with their customers,
definitely.
because that's the one thing that the bigger corporations will not be able to do.
Yes.
You know, you won't get that face to face, hand on hand, intimate relationship with your customers. That they can't do that.
Look at
But we
Curls.
can do it.
Yeah, look at Curls, for example, with the Blueberry Bliss with
Yes.
Melissa Dillinger. I mean, she's so close to her brand in terms of you can touch, feel, smell that brand, and she's at the heart of it still. And she's, getting to be
Yes.
a massive organization, but she's still there at the forefront. She has what she calls her Curls Cartel, who she's very, very, in touch with. So it really is about being and living your brand, and the more you're able to do that, the more you're going to be able to survive in this marketplace.
Absolutely. Yes, you get that genuine feeling of appreciation and love from her.
Definitely.
Something that Pantene will not be able to do.
Yeah, potentially.
And people will support you. People will rally you around and support you for that.
Yeah, and this is not to say there's anything wrong with Pantene or L'Oreal and those brands and
no, nothing is wrong with that. But that's just the advantage
for real
that someone like Curls have, and that Pantene doesn't.
Yeah, and it's about about making sure that there's space in the market for everybody by just making sure that you focus on your strengths. So
now the main one, Zina, and I know something that you feel really passionate about, the professor from Berkeley.
Yes. Yeah, that article is really well timed, particularly as we are supporting World Afro Day here at Natural Hair Weekly, and we are very passionate, as our purpose is to make little girls and boys feel comfortable to rock their fro wherever they go and not be judged by their hair texture but by the content of their character. And so reading this article in Ebony, Berkeley professor aims to eliminate natural hair bans in school, really jumped out to us. And I spoke to the founder of World Afro Day about it and said, look, this is somebody who I really think we should be connecting with, and she agreed. So hopefully something will happen there. But Berkeley professor Angela.
Oh, wow, good stuff.
Yeah, Berkeley professor Angela Onwachi Willig, and apologize for the pronunciation. I definitely need to go back to name pronunciation school. Is well versed in employment discrimination, and so she's taken her expertise to take on school policies that discriminate against Black students by attempting to ban or punish students who wear dreadlocks or other natural styles. And she talks about the fact that how this trend is troubling because it essentially tells Black girls and women, nearly all who have tightly coiled hair or coiled hair that grows into an afro, that their hair they were born with is faddish, extreme, distracting, and unprofessional. And it sets a standard that appears neutral in its language but is actually discriminatory. So she wears locks herself, has definitely started to take this on, because you can see how passionate she is about it. And she started to draft letters with fellow law professors requesting schools to terminate their policies that punish Black girls and women for wearing their natural hair. So check out that article. She currently has 120 signatures from academics throughout the globe so far. And hopefully, along with World Afro Day, we can help make that change, or be the change we seek to see in the world, because we all have a right to feel good about ourselves no matter how we choose to wear our hair.
That's right. Like, I really hope that works out for all of us, that the Berkeley professor comes on board to the World Afro Day. I think it's a really good collaboration. We have our global curator, Jadusha, and she has an interview with Selma Nicholls of Looks Like Me UK. What is wrong with me? A child talent model and casting agency. And they have the profile is mostly underrepresented groups in the fashion and advertising industry, and I've been checking out their Facebook and Instagram page, and it is just really really amazing, beautiful photographs of lovely kids. I mean, you should follow them definitely. But she had a few things to say, so let's take a listen to the interview.
Hi everyone, this is Judisha B. Shines and welcome to another Natural Conversation. Today our special guest is Selma Nicholls. She is the creator and founder and director of her establishment, which is called Looks Like Me. How you doing, Selma?
Hi, I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. Tell me, what is Looks Like Me?
Looks Like Me is a child talent model casting agency raising the profile of underrepresented groups in fashion and advertising. We have a special focus on children, and we create content that reflects modern day Britain, but also really shines a light, illuminates our children, and makes them part of the narrative.
Oh, so beautiful. I must say, I'm a huge fan of your Instagram.
Fantastic.
The images are absolutely stunning. And right here in your studio, she's got gorgeous images here. And what's most refreshing is that, like, there's naturalistas everywhere. I'm looking at kinky, curly, coily hair, every shade, every color, every skin tone. It's absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Really, really beautiful. So I'd like to learn a little bit more about Looks Like Me. But first, I want to know about your hair story. The hair story of Selma Nicholls, because you're sitting before me, meeting you. I met you at the I connected with you at the Afro Visibility panel, didn't I?
Yeah.
Which was a Project Embrace event.
Yeah.
And you were speaking about natural hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I wanted to extend that conversation with you and ask you about your natural hair story. So tell me.
Yeah, well, I would say around the age of 16, I first relaxed my hair. Shortly after that, I cut my hair all off into a very short bob.
Inspired by
Probably like salt and pepper
you
at the
too.
time. Yeah, and a few other girl groups that had like really short hair.
Did you do the finger wave here and the crimp hair?
I did at one stage, but then I had the bob. It was slightly like tapered at the back, and and I was just rocking it, and I loved it. And throughout my late teens, became really just creative and explored my hair through color and changing the color. And in my 20s, really started to explore weaves, curly weaves, straight weaves, all kinds of weaves, and loved that journey. And probably into my late 20s, I stumbled upon wig caps and realized how great they were, because your hair could just relax and breathe, but then we could be able to put them on as and when we needed to. So took it off one day because and a few friends of mine were like, "Oh my God, Selma, like, why are you wearing a wig cap? Like, your hair, you got hair under that." And I was like, "Yeah, I've got hair." But I just really loved this particular style that I had, and I just wanted to explore leaving my hair alone and just letting it rest. And then when I was maybe a year later, in my third trimester of carrying my child, I got really hot, so hot. I was like, "Tear off this wig." I took off the wig. You had to come off. Like, yeah, there was no time for third trimester, summertime heat with the wig on my head.
Girl.
No. And so when I took it off, it was like, it was a beautiful experience. And like, I realized I had a lot of hair underneath this wig cap.
Wow.
And then, but I was addicted to the wig. It was like a really interesting transition. And then only when my daughter was 6 months old, I took the wig cap off And friends were like, "Come on, Selma, you need to let go of this wig." I was attached to the wig,
Wow.
right? So
You didn't sleep in it though.
I slept in the wig.
What?
I showered in the wig. The wig was my hair. Yeah, it was part of me. It was like, you have like I don't know, like a really precious ring or precious chain. I had my wig.
Wow.
Yeah, my wig meant a lot to me.
Wow. But your hair was still thriving. Did you ever let your scalp breathe? And
I did now and again, yeah. I did let it breathe. Because I had to wash it and then replat it. So yeah, I did. And it was thriving underneath.
so all right. So
then I took the wig off.
Yeah.
But then so then I threw the wig in the bin, in the outdoor bin. I was like, okay, I'm gonna detach myself. I had an unhealthy attachment to this wig, so I threw the wig away. And the next morning, my daughter woke up and she looked at me. She was like 6 months old, and she looked at me with an element of shock, like, "But wait, who's this?" type of look. And I thought, oh my gosh. She obviously, I smell like her mom. I sound like her mom, but something majorly is different because the wig it was a bob with a fringe, and now I got this hair,
and your face has opened up.
Yeah, my face has opened up, and it was that moment that I realized the beauty, the importance, for me personally as her mother, to just to enjoy and love my natural, authentic self as her role model. If I love my hair, then naturally she will learn how to look after and enjoy her hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of is my journey. And then, which led to when she was 3, she started to really vocalize that she wanted straight hair, beautiful hair. And I was
And where did you think that influence came from?
That influence came through many different places. One being nursery, because they should all do each other's hair in the garden, and obviously they were doing the children's hair that were long and straight and silky. So a lot of the mixed race and black children had their hair up in plaits or buns, so they couldn't, be combing through their hair. And also, she used to say to me, look at that woman on the advert, Mum, on that like a hair advert. She's beautiful. Look at her hair; it's all silky. And I want hair like that. And so it was the visual imagery for my child was really important, and not seeing on a higher platform, on a wider platform, children or people that look like her. I then decided to be the change I wanted to see for her.
Gandhi style.
And we created, me and Riley Looks Like Me. She was the poster child for Looks Like Me for the first year, prior to launching with her friends and our family in our editorial shoots. But it was about me showing her and all other children that we see you, we think you're amazing, and we would love to represent you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
And I do see your daughter here in lots of these images, in that fantastic one of you and her as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Children, they don't do as we say, they do as we do.
Exactly. So I made a conscious decision not to tell her, this is just my parenting style, not to tell her, that's wrong, you're wrong, you shouldn't think like that, you shouldn't do that. I showed her.
Yes.
I showed her what's right. And, that allowed her to walk through that door with me, open that door, and then step aside and let all the other children run through and claim their rightful place, So, yeah, that's
so awesome.
Thank you.
Well done. And congratulations. So how long has Look Like Me been?
We launched on the 30th of September 2016.
So almost a year now.
Yeah, 11 months. So it'll be a year. Yeah, 11 months. It's under 11 months.
Awesome.
And prior to launching, I had a year of building up and understanding the industry, because I'm not from that industry, and refining and getting the branding on point.
Yes.
And we've accomplished. I've accomplished beyond my dreams in this first 11 months.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how are you finding natural hairs being received in the industry now, in terms of?
I find that natural hair isn't even a conversation. It's not a conversation. It's about me delivering excellent and brilliant content. That's the most important thing. Is the value of the work. So, creating great content just allows doors to be opened to us, and partnerships are built on the premise of us delivering great work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not even an issue.
Nope.
Because it's amazing hearing so many different perspectives in terms of natural hair. It's definitely a movement.
Yeah.
And it's really growing.
Yeah. I mean, this is my authentic experience. So I haven't ever in any workplace ever been challenged, or my hair has never been like a topic of conversation. What has been topic of conversation is, oh my God, Selma, you've dyed your hair blonde. Oh my God, you've gone red. Oh my God, you've gone,
Yeah.
That's been topic of conversation. But I guess through being very creative and working with a really creative and amazing team, we're able to put natural hair children on a platform without it being the subject matter.
Yes.
It just is. It's just normal.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's so fantastic and brilliant.
Thank you.
All right. So if anybody's interested in registering their child on the UK side, are you global yet? Or?
No, it's on the UK side. So
Okay.
It's www.lookslikeme.co.uk. And you go to the application page. We may take time to respond back, but we will respond at some point. And our Instagram is lookslikeme.uk.
Some
and that's where
gorgeous
you get to
images
see
on
lots
there.
of our images
Beautiful.
that we've created. And I guess we're startup. We are very young in this game, whether it be fashion or advertising. So things are happening, things are changing. We have been greatly welcomed by the media and advertising industry, and somewhat also via the fashion industry. Like we've been, the partnerships have been awesome. So we look forward to a great second year that we enter next month, and really thankful and grateful for everybody that's been supporting us, from the ground up. Like we fully needed it, and
and we appreciate you and what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
Because there's not many. Well, I don't know if there are many, but I haven't heard of many. But I mean, it's not just the fact that you embrace children in their as they naturally are, but it's the quality.
Yeah.
It's very editorial, it's beautiful, it's crisp, it's clean, it's fresh, it's engaging, and there's a story and an enchantment to your images. And so, quality is everything.
Yeah.
So really, really fantastic and well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so, for all children that look like me, I see you. We see you. We celebrate you.
Oh, I meant to ask you as well, because you did mention prior to our interview, or our conversation rather, that you're now going to start doing workshops.
Yeah, so the workshops we've moved over into castings as well, and but I believe, and I know it's vital that young people that we put forward for castings have to be ready for that experience. So yes, we'll be starting workshops in September, in performance techniques, acting, that all stumble upon like confidence building, well-being, projection, voice, just so that when they go out ready to take on these
And
experiences.
are these workshops going to be accessible, or information about them on your website also?
They will be on the website probably in the next week or so. They'll be on the website. People can apply and book and join.
Awesome. Selma, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you.
This is Natural Hair Weekly, signing off on another natural conversation with the beautiful Selma Nicholls. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
So what do you think, Zena?
Oh, I love her energy. Amazing what she's managed to achieve in less than a year. My gosh.
In less than a year.
In less than a year. I'm telling you. I mean, and I love what she said about the different hairstyles. I think everybody had the salt and pepper at some stage of their life if they were in that era.
Yes, you know, she said it and I can see it.
Yep.
So descriptive. Like, yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Slightly like high and low, like one side longer than the other side.
Yep. And her relationship with her wig. That was deep.
The wig.
That was deep.
Yes. The wig one was funny. She couldn't take off the wig, and she actually had to put it in the garbage so that she could stop wearing it.
Can you imagine? I'm telling you. I mean, it's not the same, but it's like my addiction to my Naha microfiber pillow. I'm like, I can't feel like I don't feel like I could sleep anywhere without it. Trust me. I'm like, I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I'm addicted
to it. Everywhere with you.
I'm addicted.
Oh wow.
Yes.
We need to start sharing that pillow secret with our listeners, Zena.
Okay. I don't think I'm ready.
Don't hold it to yourself.
I'm not ready.
Start sharing.
I'm not ready. Don't force me. Don't force me. I'm not ready.
I would do the sharing for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be held responsible for a worldwide, addiction. I don't know.
Addiction to pillows.
To this particular pillowcase. I don't really want to be held responsible for that.
And you know what's great about that pillowcase? What's really great about that pillowcase? Like, it's not just for natural hair. It's for any kind of hair. If you have relaxed hair, if you have a weave, covers hair, you have a dog.
I just don't, Candice, we need to talk about this offline because I'm not ready for, that's my little secret. I'm not ready to share yet. Not ready.
We don't have secrets, man. We just do things naturally.
Yes.
That's how it is. Yeah. We just do it naturally. All right. So, events that's going on across the globe.
Yes.
We have the Inspirational You. And that's happening in the UK.
Oh yes, at the Black Cultural Archives. Black Cultural Archives. Mm-hmm. That's happening in Brixton.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes, it is. And then Felicia Leatherwood she teamed up with Eden Bodyworks, and they are at BeautyCon LA.
Yep.
In the US. In Detroit, Natural Hair Expo is on the 26th of August.
I've always wanted to go to Detroit.
You wanted to go there to the
I always wanted to go to Detroit, and there's the movie out now as well with John Boyega, and that looks like a really good movie. So, and they're doing apparently it's a whole regeneration that's happening there with artists and stuff like that. So, it sounds like a pretty cool city to visit. Yeah.
Oh man, well you see, I'm in Toronto. Well, I'm in London now, which is close enough to Detroit. But I don't think I'll be able to make that on the 26th because I'm supposed to be in Montreal. But it would have been nice to go.
Yeah.
The other thing that's happening on the 26th, and I really wish I can be there for that, is Afropunk.
Yes.
Coming down on the 26th.
I'm there. I'm going.
I'm hearing chirps. Yeah, the lady is whispering in my ear that a little TT is going to be over there representing for the Natural Hair Weekly crew. Looking forward to the feedback. And to the
I say Afro, you say punk. Okay.
Punk.
Afro.
Wait, you didn't say Afro as yet. Okay.
Afro.
Punk.
Afro.
Did you hear my little scratch? That's his fault. I'm tapping me.
Yeah, This
Yo,
is it, the tribute to the 44th year of hip hop. That Google
that's
Doogle
right.
has got everybody going crazy. I almost didn't get to work
There
because
you
I was
go.
just like, this is addictive.
Oh, you were
Between
jamming?
oh my gosh, if you haven't tried it, you've got to try it. You can mix your own records. It's got Fab Five Freddy giving you a tutorial.
Oh boy.
It's Google went all
Sounds
out.
like somebody's getting carried away.
Google went all out with this one. I was just like, wow, this is so awesome. And if anybody knows me, they know
I'm
that
gonna
back
go
in the
try it.
day, I was a hip hop head. So when I saw that, I was just like, wow.
I think you're still a hip hop head.
Well, yeah, this
That
is
has
true.
changed.
I am. It never dies. It's always there inside of
It
you.
never dies.
You just have to play the
It
right
never
break,
dies.
the right break, and then I'm like, I can't help it. The B girl, the fly girl comes out. Yeah, so it will never die. I'll be that
I'm
embarrassed.
surprised you don't have a karaoke machine.
I'm getting
You know
one.
that, right?
I'm getting one. But you know
I'm
what?
surprised you don't have a karaoke machine.
I'm that embarrassing auntie at the party when the children are grown and she thinks she still could dance and she starts. And because our generation had hip hop, where the aunties that start like popping, and it's just like, you know, when you were younger and your aunties and uncles would come out and they would start dancing like the old school dances, and you'd be like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I think it's gonna be similar. Because obviously I'm still cool right now, so I'm thinking about when I'm much older. I see their silence.
Don't worry. You're still cool. You're still cool, and when you're 100, you'll be even more cool.
Thank you.
At all.
That's right.
I'm not worried about you at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Naturally, we're moving on to wish.
Oh, here for this.
We're moving on to here for this.
Yes,
we are
we
here
are.
for this. We are thankful for all the bloggers, for all the people that tag us in their posts, for everyone that's subscribed to our newsletters. We're thankful to you. We have our natural hair shout out or our hair for this shout out for the taggers on Instagram. And if you have a hairstyle that you want us to see, you want us to feature, just have an event, tag us or send us an email info@naturalhairweekly. And our list of taggers for this week's podcast. Hey, Keon here out of Trinidad. Hey, Keon.
Hey.
What's going on? Keon is from Trinidad, and that's my country of birth, Trinidad. Now, I'm a real island citizen. I'm from all over the place, but my birth papers say Trinidad, and I sound Trinidadian, and I'm very happy for that. So, Keon, hang out. Make sure you drop a line to the Caribbean editor. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get Keon to do my hair one day. She's really good.
Yeah.
Looking at all the stuff that she makes. She makes a lot of homemade things.
Nice. They get
so
the hookup when you go back home.
She's doing a lot of DIY products, so that'll be really interesting. So you see, we are looking, we are reading, we are following you. So tag us. We have Obihi from Nigeria. I am Troy Hudson. Hot Mummy. The Curly Closet. Mary. Mary's like a sister now. Like, Mary, you are a sister.
We are family. Whoa, yeah.
We are family. Thank you, Mary,
I got
for
Curly
showing
Closet
us
in
love
me.
from day one. From day one, thank you for your love and your support, and we're right there with you. We have Jane Ra Rose from NYC and MZ Kegs. So those are here for this shout outs. Wish you were here, taggers. Wish you were here, events. And that's it, really. Before I go, we have World Afro Day.
Oh yes, World Afro Day. Make sure you check that out. That's what we're supporting right now. From here to the 15th of September, our feeds are going to be all about World Afro Day. We are supporting it and we hope you will too. It's all about education and celebration, and the founder Michelle DeLeon and her team of phenomenal women are making this happen at Church House in Westminster, London, but it's going to be live streamed to the world. It really is about bringing awareness to hair bias and providing opportunities for people to learn more about their hair, and also their friends and families who may be from other cultures to learn more about their hair, and to normalize natural hair, just as the hair that grows out of our head, the hair that we wear, not hair to be tamed or be scared of or to see as a pain or a stress. It's just understanding the science of your hair that you may never have been taught, and seeing that your hair is equally beautiful to other people's hair. So we are black, white, brown, yellow, green, purple, blue, whatever color you are, kinky, coily, straight, wavy, whatever texture hair you have, it is all good hair.
All good hair. And we're really excited to be a part of that and to help share the word. And you can do so too. Follow Weekly, follow World Afro Day. Go on Kickstarter, look at the campaign, donate, share on your social media sites, share while you're talking in the salon, share when you're talking in the barbershop. And it's not just for women, it's for men too. It's about people with hair. It's us. It's our hair. We're celebrating, we're embracing. Just get out there and spread the word, man. Let's do this. Let's smash this. September 15th, World Afro Day. You're going to be hearing us talking about it a lot leading up to that day. And we hope that you are talking about it as well, as much as we are.
Yes.
So that's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in or subscribing. And we'll catch you on the next one. Naturally.
Naturally. Have a great week.